time is not your enemy. Time is your servant, shaping itself to the mold of your faith, bending to the will of your imagination. You have been waiting, yearning, believing, and at times doubting. But hear this, your time has come. What you have held within as a quiet desire, what you have nurtured in the unseen chambers of your mind is now breaking forth into reality. The delay was never a denial. It was alignment. It was divine orchestration moving every piece into place, so that when the moment arrived, nothing would be missing. Nothing would be broken. You do not chase the dream, you become it. The law is simple. What you embody in consciousness must clothe itself in flesh. There is no external force withholding your blessings. There is no power outside of you dictating when or if you shall receive. The moment you truly accept that it is already yours, the moment you walk as the one who already possesses, the world has no choice but to rearrange itself to fit your conviction. Think back to the times you felt forgotten, the moments when doors remained shut, when prayers seemed to echo into silence, and when hope flickered like a dying flame. You were not being rejected, you were being refined. You were being molded into the vessel that could sustain the weight of your blessing. For what good is a gift if the hands that hold it are unprepared? What joy is there in receiving what you cannot yet carry? Except then, the divine timing is not just about arrival, it is about readiness. There is no need to question whether the path is opening, it already has. Your only task now is to walk through. Walk with confidence, not as one begging for favor, but as one who knows they are favor. Speak with authority, not as one hoping for a miracle, but as one who understands that miracles are simply the natural response of an aligned mind. Live in the fulfillment now, and fulfillment must become your reality. Look around you. Every sign is whispering that your time is now. The shifts in energy, the sudden nudges, the opportunities that appear out of nowhere. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Trust them. Trust that what you have seen within must manifest without. Trust that the universe is not blind to your vision, but is in fact conspiring to bring it forth. You have come too far to turn back, too close to entertain doubt, too awakened to fall asleep in fear. The divine timing is perfect, and it is now. Step forward, not as one who waits, but as one who knows. It is already done. The time you have long envisioned, the reality you have held so deeply within, is now unfolding before you. Every moment of doubt, every silent prayer, every whispered affirmation has been shaping this moment. It was never a matter of if, it was always a matter of when. The divine is never late, nor is it early. It is precise, perfect, and measured in ways beyond human comprehension. Your desires were placed within you for a reason, not as idle fantasies, but as whispers of what is already set in motion. The bridge of incidents that have led you here, the seeming detours, the waiting, none of it was in vain. Every delay was a realignment, every obstacle a refinement, and every challenge a preparation. For what is now unfolding, you have moved beyond mere wishing. You have stepped into knowing, and when you know, when, you walk in the conviction that your time has come. Everything around you must respond. Accordingly, look no further than your own consciousness. What you see in the outer world is but a reflection of what you have assumed to be true within. The truth is that nothing stands in your way now. There are no barriers except the ones you entertain. There are no delays except those created by hesitation. The only thing left to do is embrace the reality that is already forming in your favor. Do not seek evidence, become it. The mind that waits for proof will always be waiting. But the mind that walks as if the promise is already fulfilled bends reality itself to its will. You are not here to hope for miracles. You are here to embody them. The universe is not responding to your words alone, but to the certainty behind them. There is no need to plead, to beg, to wonder if you are worthy. You are, and you always have been. The divine timing does not operate on worthiness. It operates on readiness. And you are ready. Now, you have spent time in the unseen, crafting this reality within. You have felt it, lived it in your imagination, tasted its sweetness in moments of quiet reflection. And now the bridge is forming beneath your feet. Walk it with unwavering faith. Walk it with the assurance that every step is leading you closer, not because you must strive, but because you have already arrived in consciousness. The world outside must now reflect what is fully accepted within. Think back to every moment you thought you were forgotten. Those nights of uncertainty, those seasons of waiting, they were not punishment. They were alignment. Had you received what you desired prematurely, it would have slipped through your hands. But now you stand in a different place. The mind that once doubted has been fortified by experience. The heart that you are no longer who you were when you first asked. You have become the one who receives. Every shift you sense around you is confirmation. The sudden changes, the unexpected opportunities, the release of what no longer serves. All of it is working in your favor. Everything is happening to you. It is happening for you. There is no randomness here. There is only precision. When you look at the world now, do not see it as an observer. See it as a creator. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are the architect of them. Every thought you persist in is shaping the form of what is coming to pass. The question is no longer whether you will receive. That has already been determined. The only question is, will you allow yourself to step fully into this reality without hesitation? Will you accept that the struggle is over, that the battle has already been won? Or will you continue to entertain doubts, fearing that the promise is too good to be true? Release that fear now. There is no room for it here. There is no space for questioning when the answer has already been given. You are stepping into a reality where ease replaces effort, where certainty replaces doubt, where manifestation is not something you chase, but something you naturally allow. You are no longer forcing things into being. You are allowing them to unfold. This is the difference between hoping and knowing. The one who hopes still entertains the possibility of lack. The one who knows has no such thought. They simply walk in the truth that what is theirs is already here. You must begin now to live as the one who has already received. Speak as them. Move as them. Think as them. There is no waiting period left. There is no delay. The timing is divine and it is now. Everything you once sought externally is already within you. The world outside must now adjust. Let it. Let it rearrange in your favor without resistance, without anxiety, without questioning. Nothing is required of you except trust. Not blind trust, but the trust of one who understands the nature of reality. You do not need to force what is already in motion. You do not need to grasp at what is already yours. The effort is no longer in obtaining. It is in maintaining the state of knowing. It is in refusing to return to the old self, the old doubts, the old look around you. Feel the shift in the air. Recognize that this is not wishful thinking. This is reality shifting before your very eyes. Everything you once envisioned is making its way into the physical. And as it does, meet it with confidence. Meet it as one who always knew this moment would come. The time of waiting has passed. The time of receiving has begun. Your time has come. Trust it. Trust the divine timing. It was never delayed. It was never uncertain. It was always right on time. The moment you have been waiting for is not ahead of you. It is here. It is not something that will come someday. It is unfolding now. You have crossed the threshold between wishing and knowing, between hoping and receiving. The time of delay, of wondering if you are ready, has passed. You are stepping into the fullness of what you have long imagined, not as a distant dream, but as an inevitable reality. The world is shifting to accommodate the truth that has already been established within you. Every movement, every change, every so-called coincidence is a reflection of the divine, timing aligning in your favor. You do not need to ask when, for the answer has already been given. You do not need to wonder if it will come, for it is already here. The only thing left for you to do is to walk forward with the certainty of one who knows. You are not stepping into something new. You are merely claiming what has always been yours. The energy around you is responding to the frequency you hold. When you hold the vibration of already having, of already being, the world outside has no choice but to match that state. You are no longer reaching. You are embodying. You are no longer waiting. You are allowing. Look at how everything in your past has brought you to this moment. Every challenge, every delay, every shift was not working against you, but for you. Even the times you thought you were lost. Even the moments when you questioned everything. The divine was still moving, still arranging, still preparing. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was meaningless. Everything was leading you to this realization that you were never separate from your desire, that what you sought was always seeking you, that the timing was always perfect. The impatience, the doubt, the frustration, they were mere illusions. distractions from the truth that nothing was ever missing. You have never lacked. You have never been without. You were simply in the process of unfolding into the version of yourself that could receive with ease. The time for effort has ended. The time for struggle is over. You are stepping into a season of effortless alignment where things come not because you force them, but because you are a match for them. There is no more proving, no more striving, no more trying to make things happen. They are already happening. The door is already open. The opportunity is already present. The manifestation is already unfolding. The all that is required of you is to remain in the state of knowing, to refuse to entertain the old patterns of black, to reject the idea that you must struggle to receive. There is nothing left to prove. There is only the acceptance of what is already yours. Think of how the universe operates effortlessly, without resistance, without question. The sun does not force itself to shine. It simply does. The rivers do not struggle to flow. They simply move in the path that has been carved for them. The trees do not doubt their growth. They simply expand in perfect timing. And you too are part of this divine order. You too are moving in a rhythm that is not random, not uncertain, but divinely orchestrated. Trust that timing. Trust that flow. Trust that your only responsibility is to align with the truth of your being. To live as if everything you desire is already here, because it is. You may have moments where doubt tries to creep in. Old fears may whisper that things are not happening fast enough, that perhaps you are mistaken, that perhaps you must do more, but do not be deceived. The moment you entertain doubt, you place yourself back in the state of waiting, and waiting only creates more waiting. The moment you allow fear to take root, you push away what is already on its way to you. Instead, remain unwavering. Remain in the knowing that what you have imagined is already in motion, that what you have prayed for is already making its way to you. The evidence will follow, but the belief must come first. Look at yourself as one who has already received. Speak as that person. Think as that person. Walk as that person. There is no need to anticipate a future moment of arrival because you are already there. What you accept internally must express externally. It is law. There is no force in the universe that can deny you what you have fully claimed within. The only thing that has ever stood in the way is hesitation, is the doubt that perhaps it was not yet time. But the truth is, the time was always now. The only thing that ever needed to change was your awareness of it. You will begin to see the signs more clearly now, the conversations that confirm your desires, the opportunities that align perfectly, the doors that open without effort. These are not random. They are proof that the world is bending to match the frequency you hold. They are reminders that you are in sync with divine timing, that nothing was ever lost, that nothing was ever denied. The only reason it feels sudden is because you have now allowed yourself to see it. What was always there is now visible to you. Let go of the need to control. Let go of the urge to micromanage the details. The how is not your concern. The when is not your concern. Your only task is to stay in the feeling of already having, of already being, of already living in the answered prayer. The rest will take care of itself. The divine intelligence that governs all things, that moves the stars and shifts the tides, is the same intelligence orchestrating your path. You do not need to figure it out. You simply need to trust it. You are not late. You are not behind. You have not missed anything. The exact moment that was meant for you is unfolding right now. Everything you have felt stirring within you, every dream that has lingered in your heart, every vision that has repeated itself in your mind, it is all aligning. You would not have been given the desire if the fulfillment were not already assured. You would not have been shown the vision if it were not already real in another dimension. The gap between where you are and where you wish to be is an illusion. It only exists if you believe it does. Collapse that illusion now. See yourself as already there. No more waiting. No more second guessing. No more wondering if the signs are real. They are real. They have always been real. The moment you declare that your time has come. The moment you stand firm in the knowing that it is already done. The universe responds instantly. The movement you have been waiting for begins. The shift you have been anticipating occurs. Not because something external has changed, but because you have changed. You have stepped into the state where nothing is missing, where nothing is lacking, where everything is already complete, and now you must live from that state. Every thought, every action, every word must come from the place of already having. There can be no room for contradiction. No space for hesitation. You must embody it fully, consistently, unwaveringly. The world does not give you what you ask for. It gives you what you are. Be the one who already has. Be the one who already knows. Be the one who walks in the certainty that their time has come. This is not just a moment. It is a shift in being. It is the end of waiting and the beginning of receiving. It is the collapse of doubt and the birth of certainty. You are no longer looking ahead to the moment. You are in it. You are no longer wishing for things to change. They have already changed. Stand firm in this truth. Walk boldly in this reality. That is, that the divine timing is not something outside of you. It is something that has always been within you. And now in this very moment, you are finally allowing yourself to seat. You are the vessel through which divine timing flows. The embodiment of the perfect moment arriving at the perfect time. There has never been a delay. Only divine orchestration beyond what the human mind can comprehend. Every step you have taken, every path you have walked has led you to this unfolding. You were never lost. You were never forgotten. The moment was always waiting for you to be ready. Not in the way the world defines readiness, but in the way the universe recognizes alignment. Now you are aligned. Now you are attuned to the rhythm that was always playing beneath the noise of doubt. Beneath the illusion of delay. The signs have been there all along, whispering to you through moments of intuition, through dreams that would not fade, through the deep, knowing that could never be explained, but could never be ignored. And now you stand at the threshold, not of possibility, but of certainty. There is nothing more to chase, nothing more to strive for. The moment you claim it is yours, it is done. The world you see, the conditions around you, they are only reflections of your previous assumptions. But now your assumption has changed. Your belief has shifted. And because of that, reality itself must bow to this new truth. Look around you. What seems solid, what appears immovable, is only the lingering shadow of an old state of being. You do not have to fight it. Do not have to struggle against it. You need only to remain in the certainty of your new awareness. To stand firm in the truth that what is unfolding is inevitable. The old must dissolve. The new must take its place. This is law. There is no power outside of you controlling the timing. There is no force withholding from you what is already yours. The only factor that ever mattered was your recognition of it, your willingness to see beyond appearances and trust that what you have desired is not a distant possibility, but a present reality. Feel it now, not as something you hope for, not as something you wait for, but as something that is done. This shift happens in this moment, not tomorrow. Not when conditions seem favorable, but now. The moment you fully accept it, everything begins to move. People, circumstances, opportunities, all aligning as though by some unseen force. But it is not unseen. It is the force of your own awareness, drawing to you what has always been yours. You are no longer asking. You are no longer pleading. You are resting in the absolute knowing that your time has come. There is no need to question how. There is no need to ask why now and not before. Everything that came before was preparation, not punishment, not denial, preparation. The waiting was never wasted. The delays were never meaningless. Every moment was shaping you into the vessel that could hold the magnitude of what has now been revealed. There were things you had to release, illusions you had to dissolve, doubts you had to outgrow. And now you are ready, not because you have proven anything, not because you have earned anything, but because you have returned to the truth that was always within you. The divine does not operate in human logic. It does not measure time as the world does. What appears to be sudden is simply the inevitable becoming visible. There is no struggle in this. There is no resistance. The moment you try to force, the moment you try to control, you step out of alignment. There is only the allowing, the surrender to what has already been set in motion. And the moment you let go, the moment you release the last remnants of doubt, everything accelerates. What once seemed far suddenly appears. What once seemed impossible becomes effortless. The truth's water pushed down, truths turn to experience. You are not making it happen, you are allowing it to unfold. The same way the seed does not struggle to become the tree. The same way the night does not resist turning into day. You too are flowing into your inevitable becoming. You may feel an energy shift within you, a sense that something invisible yet undeniable is moving. That is the confirmation. That is the sign. It is not found in external proof, but in the deep inner knowing that you no longer need proof. When you reach this state, reality has no choice but to conform. The phone call comes, the opportunity presents itself. The door that was once closed swings open, not because you pushed it, but because it was always meant to open at this exact moment. You are now seeing the reflection of what you have already accepted within. Remain in this certainty. Do not waver. Do not entertain old fears. They have no place in this new reality. If doubt arises, do not fight it. Simply return to the knowing. If the old attempts to reappear, do not be deceived. It is only a shadow, a test to see if you truly believe. And you do. You have already crossed the threshold. You cannot go back, nor would you want to. This is your time. This is your moment. Now you are not because something outside of you has decided it, but because you have. You are stepping into a life that has already been prepared for you. The details are already in place. The sequence of events has already been arranged. What you once hoped for, what you once dreamed of, is now your lived reality. Do not shrink back. Do not hesitate. Move forward as one who knows they are exactly where they are meant to be. Speak as one who is already received. Think as one who is already living in the answered prayer. There is no difference between you and the reality you desire. You are one with it now. The past no longer matters. The waiting no longer matters. You have stepped out of time as the world understands it and into divine timing, where everything unfolds in absolute perfection. What once felt like a delay now makes sense. What once seemed like a detour now reveals itself as a direct path. Nothing was ever lost. Nothing was ever withheld. It was all working in ways beyond what you could see, beyond what you could imagine. And now you see it clearly. You are standing in the space where all things are possible. When nothing is too big, nothing is too far, nothing is beyond your reach. You are no longer reaching. You are receiving. You are no longer hoping. You are knowing. The energy around you is shifting, adjusting to match the frequency you hold. There is no force in existence that can deny you what you have fully accepted as yours. The moment you declare that your time has come, it has. The moment you stand in the unwavering conviction that it is already done, it is. The move forward with confidence, with ease, with the calm assurance of one who no longer questions, no longer waits, no longer doubts. You are living in the moment you once prayed for. You are walking in the reality you once dreamed of. The timing was never wrong. It was always right. You were never behind. You were always exactly where you needed to be. And now you see it. Now you feel it. Now you live it. And your time has come. It is here. It has always been here. The only thing that has changed is your awareness of it. And because you see it now, you will never unsee it. Because you know it now, you will never unknow it. Because you have claimed it now, you will never lose it. You are already in the reality you once longed for. It is unfolding now, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, stay in this knowing. Walk in this certainty. Trust the divine timing for it has never failed you. And now it has brought you exactly where you were always meant to be. You are standing in the moment that was always meant for you. It may have seemed like it took years, like there were countless obstacles, like doors remained shut for longer than you could bear. But now all of that dissolves into insignificance. You realize now that every step, every delay, every redirection was not a block, but a divine arrangement. You could not have arrived here a moment sooner or a moment later. You cannot take a knowledge thing. The alignment is perfect. The orchestration is flawless. And now you feel the shift, the undeniable knowing that what you have waited for is not just near. It is here. This is not about chance. This is not about luck. This is the law of divine timing at work. Every desire planted within you was not random. It was not a fleeting wish or a mere longing. It was the seed placed in the soil of your being, destined to bloom at the appointed time. And now the season of waiting has ended. The season of questioning has passed. You are stepping into what was already written, already prepared, already yours. And there is nothing more to strive for. There is nothing more to force. The days of pushing, of pleading, of wondering if it will ever come are behind you. What you once thought is now seeking you. What you once dreamed of is now drawing itself into your reality. Piece by piece, moment by moment, you are walking into the fulfillment of everything you have believed in, everything you have affirmed, everything you have held on to. When the world around you told you it was impossible, now you see that the impossible never existed. It was only the illusion of time that made you think it was beyond your reach. It was only the conditioned mind that told you it would take effort, that you had to prove yourself worthy, that you had to wait for some external sign, but the sign was always within. The timing was never determined by the world. The moment you stepped into full belief, the moment you surrendered to the certainty that it is done, was the moment everything shifted. What felt like stagnation was never stagnation. It was preparation. You had to be stretched. You had to be refined. You had to be emptied of the doubts, the fears, the limitations that would have kept you from fully receiving. And now you are ready, not because of anything external, not because of anyone's permission, but because you have aligned yourself with the divine order. You have synchronized with the timing that was always in motion, waiting for your agreement, waiting for your declaration. This moment is sacred. This moment is powerful. It is the unfolding of the unseen into the seen, the invisible becoming visible, the promise becoming tangible. The energy you have carried within you, the vision that has burned in your soul, is now crystallizing into reality. You are no longer watching from a distance. You are no longer hoping from the sidelines. You are stepping fully into the manifestation of what has always belonged to you. There is no force outside of you controlling the timing. There is no power withholding what is already written in your name. The only thing that ever mattered was your willingness to receive, your willingness to believe before you could see, your ability to trust even when circumstances appeared unchanged. And now, because you have held that trust, because you have chosen faith over fear, you are seeing the results. What seemed like a long journey was never about reaching a destination. It was about becoming the person who could live in the fulfillment of the promise. You are no longer who you once were. You do not think as you once thought. You do not react as you once reacted. You have expanded. You have grown. And now, because of that growth, you can hold what is coming. It is not too big for you. It is not beyond you. It is not something that will slip through your fingers. You have become the embodiment of what you once desired. You no longer need to chase. You no longer need to grasp. The energy of desperation is gone. You move in certainty, in assurance, in the quiet confidence that comes from knowing the promise has already been fulfilled. Everything around you is responding to this shift. The people you meet, the opportunities that arise, the way circumstances align in ways that seem almost miraculous. None of it is coincidence. It is the natural outworking of divine timing, meeting divine belief. Everything is flowing. Everything is aligning. You are not late. You have not missed your moment. The best is not behind you. It is right now unfolding in ways greater than you ever imagined. The doors that once seemed closed are opening with ease. The path that once seemed uncertain is now clear. What once felt distant is now near. Not because anything external has changed, but because you have stepped into the awareness that it was never far to begin with. There is nothing left to question, nothing left to doubt. You are standing in the fullness of what was always meant for you. The fear of the past has no place here. The anxiety of the future dissolves in the certainty of this moment. You walk with the confidence of one who knows. They are exactly where they need to be, exactly when they need to be there. You speak with the authority of one who no longer asks, but declares. You move with the ease of one who understands that nothing is being taken from them, but everything is being given in perfect time. This is your season. This is your moment. The waiting has not been in vain. The process has not been without purpose. You were never forgotten. You were never overlooked. Every step, every delay, every unexpected turn was leading you to this now. And now, as you step into it fully, you realize there was never anything to fear. The timing was always perfect. The unfolding was always certain. The outcome was never in question. Our own whole life is never in question. You were never behind. You were never off track. You were never outside of divine alignment. And now, as you embrace the reality that is manifesting before you, you see that every piece was always falling into place. It was always meant to be this way. It was always going to happen exactly like this. Not a moment too soon, not a moment too late, but right now in perfect divine timing. And so, as you stand in the fullness of your moment, remember that this is just the beginning. Your journey is not about the destination. It is about the unfolding, the continuous alignment with the divine rhythm that flows through all things. You are now moving with the current, not against it. What was once a distant hope is now your present reality. What you once believed was impossible is now your truth. Trust in the divine timing that has guided you, for it will continue to unfold in ways far beyond what you can see now. The path ahead is bright, not because of any external circumstances, but because of the unwavering trust you've cultivated within. You have stepped into your purpose, into your greatness, and into the life that was always meant for you. Now walk with certainty, walk with peace, and walk with the deep knowing that everything you have desired has already been made manifest. Your time has come. The divine timing has been perfect, and the journey ahead is just the beginning of your most extraordinary chapter yet.